Chapter 23. Clooney the Scourge lay upon his bed, racked with crippling pains. Rat captains gathered in the corner of the sick room. They sat silent. The terrible injuries would have proven fatal to any other rat on earth, but not to Clooney. A broken arm, a broken leg, numerous cracked ribs, a fractured tail, smashed claws, and other hurts not yet diagnosed. Redtooth and the four others might have set upon their leader and finished him off for good, but the fear of his legendary powers were too strong. Nobody knew for sure the extent of Clooney's remorseless vitality. Watching him, the barrel-like chest heaving up and down, the still strong tail swishing spasmodically, Redtooth marveled at Clooney's strength. He had not even sure if Clooney was shamming, pretending that his injuries were severe merely to set some kind of trap they had set for his captains. The 12th century rats were locked in the hut that had been set on guard. It was now repaired. They had been soundly flogged for letting the Vole family escape. As a further punishment for concocting lies about a big hare and a young mouse, Redtooth ordered that the 12 be starved until further notice. But he had been lieutenant with them. Clooney would have sentenced them to death and personally killed them with his bare claws. Outside in the churchyard, the leaderless horde did absolutely nothing to reorganize. Sitting about licking their wounds and waiting for the chief to recover seemed to be the order of the day. Again, the mouse warrior, armed with his ancient sword, returned to haunt Clooney's fevered dreams. Once more he was falling from the plank on the abbey wall, falling. Below him waited spectral figures. Raggear, with a blue face bloated up so many times its normal size, a rat skeleton dressed in Clooney's own battle armor, a huge hare with enormous feet, a thick-bodied, venomous-looking banded snake. He tried to twist away from them as he fell, but however much he swerved and tried to change direction, Clooney had only one look down to see the fierce-eyed warrior mouse, waiting, always waiting, the sword held point up for him to be impaled upon. Clooney tried to cry out, but not a sound came. It was as though his throat were being squeezed tightly. He felt a sharp sword pierce his chest. Bong! Once more, the sound of the justice bell tolled out across the fields from Redwall, awakening the warlord. Fangburn, who had been trying to extract a piece of elm branch from his chief's chest, leaped upwards in fright as Clooney's eyes snapped open inches from his own. "Get away from me," Clooney rasped. Fangburn retreated, mumbling excuses. Clooney eyed him suspiciously. He didn't trust any of them. "If you really want to help, go and get hold of someone who knows who these new recruits live locally, and bring those to me," he gasped. Within minutes, Fangburn had assembled a band of recruits around Clooney's bed. "Where's Scrag the Weasel?" Clooney growled. Cheeseleaf stepped forwards, wiping an imaginary tear from his face with the back of his filthy claw. "Don't you remember, Chief? He fell out of the big tree. After I'd taken care of you, I went back to him. But when I got there, the poor old weasel was dead." "What a good kind." "Ah, shut your moaning face," said Clooney irritably. "If he's dead, then that's that. Here, you recruits, come closer and listen to me." Apprehensively, the little group shuffled forward. Clooney raised himself slightly on one elbow. "Do any of you know of a healer that can be found? I don't mean one of those mice. I need a creature who knows the old ways, a gypsy, one who can cure anything from the right price." Kilkenny the Ferret bowed elaborately. "Ah, 'tis lucky day, your honour. I don't know the very vixen." "Foxes?" echoed Clooney. "Aye, foxes, sir," the ferret replied. "Don't me old mother used to say, there's nothing like a fox to fix. There's a whole tribe of 'em living across the meadow, sir. And old Seela the vixen is the girl you be wantin'. Her and her son Chickenhound. They'll fix you up right as rain if there's something in it for them. Does your honour want me to fetch them?" Slowly, Clooney's tail wound itself around the ferret's neck, drawing him in close. "Get them," said Clooney hoarsely. "Find the foxes and bring them here. To me." Kilkenny's throat bulged as he tried nervously to swallow. "Glug, I will indeed. If you'll just let go of this poor old ferret's neck, sir, I'll go as fast as if the devil himself was chasing me. I'll let you lay back now and rest your noble self, sir." Clooney released the ferret and lay back with an agonizing sigh. Now there was the time to think, a plan ahead. Next time would be different. Redtooth, he called. Take some searchers and scout around. See if you can find any great hard timber, a big log, a tree trunk, something that would serve as a battering ram. The mice have won the battle, but Clooney had not yet lost the war. By the claws of Hell Thunder. These Abbey mice were going to pay in blood for what they had done to Clooney the Scourge.